guess everyone's entitled to one good scare.
Do you want to play psycho? What are you waiting for? Can I be the helpless victim?
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Don't fall asleep.
Excellent.
Welcome back, gays, ghouls, and everyone in between to our podcast, The Horror Bandwagon. The podcast where my scaredy cat and skeptical and wonderful fiance watch horror movies with me.
That's me. I'm the fiance.
My name is Sergio.
And my name is Cody.
And we are boys for horror analysis,
criticism,
and spooky
and sometimes kooky
entertainment. And what are we doing for today, my dear?
Well, tonight we're having the battle of the century. In one corner, a 2013 remake that gave us a bloody, gory look into the Necronomicon. And in the other corner, a 2023 claustrophobic bloodbath where mommy served.
But we are not going to be taking this challenge on our own. We are joined by a very special guest today. You guys love him, the one, the only certified DILF of YouTubers, confirmed by a reputable source, not by us, a reputable source, puggapillar.
Wow. And the winner is easily going to be Evil Dead 2013.
Oh.
I apologize.
No.
Spoilers. When you were like the most epic battle in ages, and then you were like in one corner, I thought you were going to be like, we have this Australian blah blah, in the second corner we have two gay men, it's going to get crazy, we got a pool of mud, it's going to go wild.
That's going to be a bloodbath. Who knows
and
who's
I
going to win
can't
that?
wait for whoever you have on the next episode, because at that point, by the time you guys upload that, you'll be husband and husband. Because it takes you 6 months to upload episodes.
Damn! Oh my god.
We're being called out.
You both like endeared us, but also insulted us at the same time. And I think that's part of your charm.
It is. Yeah.
But yeah, welcome Puggapillar to the Horror Bandwagon podcast.
Thank you guys. How do you guys spell my name? Because on the like form it's incorrect.
What did we say? Did we miss an L?
No, you spelled it wrong completely.
What did we do? Because we haven't.
Pugger, which nobody has ever said or called that ever. You're the first, honestly.
I feel like that's pugger. That sounds like a slur.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Oh no. But we have it right on screen though. Mm-hmm. What everyone's seeing here, it says Puggapillar. But overall, I apologize for incorrectly spelling your name. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
We are good. We're excited. We loved your reactions. In case you guys didn't know, in case you want to pause this podcast really quickly, Pugga actually has released Evil Dead 2013 reaction video and also an Evil Dead Rise reaction video. So if you want to see those, go over and head to his channel to watch those. We only did Evil Dead Rise reaction like a while ago.
I'm such a dumbass. I nearly went, have you not seen Evil Dead 2013? we weren't gonna talk about it the whole time.
No,
okay.
We
Our homework was just to do Evil Dead Rise. You're supposed to represent 2013, and we're really gonna fight it out here.
Okay, all right.
Really coming in.
I'm down.
No, we have seen 2013. We didn't do a reaction to it because we already watched it like a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But before we move on, tell the folks at home, for those if you haven't heard of Puggapillar, which I'm pretty sure you do because I feel like our audiences cross over a little bit.
Cross a lot, yeah.
Let the folks at home where they can find you.
Nah.
Cool.
I'm good actually.
They're like, if you really want to know, just search it.
If you care enough, you'll go out of your way to do it. It's fine.
Oh my god. Well, this is the kind of chaos that I was expecting coming into this episode.
Yeah, when you were like, I haven't done a podcast in a while, so please be calm with me. I'm like, that's not gonna happen, dude.
No.
I do the horror hour every week. It's carnage every week. You go.
That's truly fair. That's truly fair. Well, as we usually do, especially with like new guests coming on to the podcast, we like to kind of give you a little bit of an interview, hot seat, dig into your brain.
Yep. There's not much to dig into, but let's go.
Let's do it. Well, I want to know. I want to know how did you start the channel in the first place? And with that, how did Puggapillar come to life?
So I used to be a Call of Duty like video game editor. So if
Mhm.
you're familiar with like FaZe Clan or anything like that, they used to do these montage things where they would like sync clips like kill shots and stuff up to music, and I used to do that, and I like developed a pretty good audience from that. I was one of the lead editors, and I was getting copyright claimed to hell because I would like use like I would use Taylor Swift music, I would use all this pop
Oh my
music.
god.
So like back then people thought I was gay as well, but I'm not. So
Was it
anyways,
mostly just Taylor Swift?
no, there was Ariana Grande, there was a bunch of others, like it was all
Okay.
that sort of
Okay.
poppy sort of 2013 music I was using. And then eventually like that whole scene started dying off, and I was like, oh, what do I want to do? So I started doing like actual drama commentary things, which I fucking hated. But I was having fun with them at the time.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
then
like
eventually
YouTube drama
yeah,
or
yeah.
like
Yeah, YouTube drama. So like I put out a video on like Tana Mojo and stuff like that. Like
listen, I get sucked into that too. So but like there's an audience for that, like
yeah,
that
no, but
love the
it was
drama.
in that like it was in that peak of when everyone was doing it. So I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, I'll do that. And then I moved to movie like reviews where I would use a green screen and like insert myself into movie scenes and stuff as well whilst I was reviewing it.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, so then it went from there to then movie reactions because of, the pandemic and couldn't really do much. So I was like, all right, I'll give movie reactions a shot. And then, yeah, I'm still doing it today because I don't want to stop doing it because I don't know what to do with my life.
Oh no. Well, what is next? Because I feel like you've gone through several stages of your channel.
I don't want to answer that question. It stresses me out.
Oh, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I don't like that question at all. No, thank you.
You like to live
like-
life one day at a time.
Give me 5 strengths, and I'm like, I can give you 25 weaknesses. So
Oh,
that's my response. It's like, I don't want to talk about it. If I'm still doing movie reactions in 5 years' time, someone come and shoot me in the head. Okay.
Okay, you heard it here, folks. Though it's on record. It's on record.
Yeah.
I mean that's awesome. I feel like you've been like the chameleon of YouTube, where you just like
A little bit, yeah.
shape
yeah.
shifted as you gone by. But was it always Puggapillar, or did you have a different name when you started?
It used to be Pug Edits, so it was PUGEDITS, and people would call me Pugedits.
Oh my god.
So that had to change. And then I was like one day, like there's no actual proper story behind the name. I was just one day just like Puggapillar. That was it. I kind of wish I'd started like a new channel instead
Oh,
of like unlisting and privating all the old shit and then keep going. Because
yeah.
I had like 10,000 subscribers at the time, and I was like, I can't lose the 10,000 subscribers. Even though like 1,000 people watch the videos, I was like, I can't lose the other 9,000 inactive ones.
Yeah.
Kind of wish I had just started a new channel, but yeah, still going strong, I guess.
I think it's genius, and I think we've told you this before, that for the longest time I did not pronounce Puggapillar, and apparently I can't spell
You can't even
Puggapillar.
spell it.
I can't even fucking spell it. But what did I say? Puggapillar. I kept saying Puggapillar.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why. And then it just hit me one day where it's like Puggapillar. Oh, I see the misspelling now on my end. And then one day it just clicked that it's Puggapillar.
Yeah, a lot of people refer to it as Puggapillar as well. Like, it's so
Pooga.
funny to hear people pronounce it wrong and then be like, oh, wait, it's so obvious that it's this.
But also it's really cool that people also refer to you as Pugga.
Yeah, see, I wish that was what my channel name was, but I feel like it's too short. I don't know.
Oh, it might be. It might be.
Yeah.
I mean, now I feel like it's kind of cliche to add like edits. No shame to those people who do edit in their title, but
Damn, we
like
just called out
Puggapillar.
my old username.
No!
Fuck. That was my old name, bro.
No, your puke tits or whatever it was.
Huge tits.
No, and that's honestly great because now people know our like actual name, which is Sergio and Cody. Which we kind of wish we like came up with a different name. We were like, I don't know, Mark and Twain. I don't know.
Well, after a photo I've seen of you two in your heights, one of you should be called Willy Wonka and the other one should be called Oompa Loompa.
Pugga.
How fucking dare you? It is always a surprise to people when they're like, wait, so Sergio's the short one? Yes, I'm a short Latin king, okay?
I just need to know the setup because it works.
Oh, wait, we could dress as that for Halloween. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with my height.
I'm not.
Cody, wait, no, I think you're like around 6'2",
I'm
6'3".
6'2", yeah, I'm 6'2".
You're the same height.
I was meant to be a lot taller, but bloody genetics and scoliosis got to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Now that's why you're looking like you're withering away.
Yeah, legit. Legit. Probably has to do with it, honestly.
Oh, no.
I'm going to look like this by the end of the year. I'm going to be that guy.
Oh, my God.
Nice and healthy. That's
Yeah. You want me to ask the next question?
What was
Am I
that?
generally a fan of horror?
Yeah. Are you generally a fan of horror?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't like gore. I don't like gory horror. I really don't. I'm very much like Cody. I cannot stand gore.
Yeah, I feel bad for him because we had to revisit these movies and he had to go look at all the fucking shit that was on screen.
Dude, I watched 2013 last night again. I was struggling to watch that again. I was like, oh, brutal.
It is painful. A lot of painful shit in that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, like, it seems like a lot of people want you to react to horror movies on your channel.
Yeah,
it seems like
pays
those are
the bills as well. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, what genre do you think you lean more towards if it's not horror?
It would definitely. I know the 3 genres on my channel that work well are action, comedies, and horror. They're the 3 that work well for me. A lot of people have been asking for more like romance things. I'm like,
you kind of did like that. You did like a raunchy romance before. What was it called?
I did Crazy Stupid Love and that, and people loved it.
Oh,
but I was like, do people actually like the romance reactions? Is that really a niche? Okay.
Maybe you need to do like the classic romance ones. You know, have you seen a lot of the classics like Sleepless in Seattle?
No, good God, no, dude. Absolutely not. Do I look like a romantic person? No.
That's where you're gonna be like gay.
Yeah.
They're just gonna come out of you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well,
I've been told I could probably watch anything on the channel and people will watch, which is like the ultimate compliment, I think. If someone can say that to you, damn, that if you can watch anything and people will still watch, that's great.
Absolutely. So on the topic that you said that you do not like gore when it comes to movies, are there any? Do you have like any phobias?
Yeah, I do. I have a fear of heights. I got that from my dad. I also have a fear of spiders. Obviously, I mean everyone has a fear of spiders. But you know we live in spider country. I used to
actually see all those spiders.
Yeah.
Like the humongous ones just naturally going around.
Just naturally, yeah. That's their environment, dude.
That's fair. We're the ones fucking stepping in.
How like I could survive that.
Well, the general rule of thumb is like a big huntsman spider. A lot of people tend to rehome it outside. But like if it's in your house, my rule of thumb is if it's in my house and it's not paying rent, it gets killed. However, daddy long leg spiders, which by the way, let's touch on that for a second. Who came up with the word daddy at the front? What's daddy about a spider? And then with daddy long leg spiders, they're actually regarded as one of the most venomous spiders in the world, but they can't pierce the human skin. So if they bite you, they actually can't get through. Whereas if
that sucks.
they could get through our skin, that
sucks for them.
But those spiders are like the ones that will go around and clean up the insects and other dangerous spiders. So like the whitetails and redback spiders, like which
Well,
are
that's where
black
the
widows
daddy
and
comes
you
in.
reckon.
They're doing the dirty
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
That's what their daddy. Yeah, kill them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, spiders
Oh,
fucking
and
horrify me.
I had a giant fear of great white sharks as a kid, but now it's like shifted from sharks to crocodiles. I cannot, like, crocodiles freak me out for some reason. I think as they're so prehistoric, they just look scary, and they will not, like, a shark might look at you and be like, okay, and just avoid you. A crocodile will be like, nah, and then you're dead.
Honestly, I think that makes sense because I also used to be afraid of sharks. Now I'm just afraid of big bodies of water, and that just fucking
Yes.
scares me. I don't want to know what's underneath whatever all this water. But
Mhm.
like alligators, crocodiles, I think there was like a video that I saw where a dog yelled at an alligator, or maybe it was a crocodile. Actually, I'm dumb. I don't know the difference. But like they are fucking fast. Like it scared it and they ran back into the water. I did not realize how fast these motherfuckers were.
If you're referring to the same dog that I know about, that dog eventually got taken by the crocodile.
No!
That
Don't!
happened in Australia. If it was a little white dog that would run up and bark at it and run back.
No, this was a basset hound.
Okay, no, different dog. So there was a tourist attraction in Queensland, I believe, where people would go to see this dog, like a little fluffy Shih Tzu,
Okay.
run down, bark at a crocodile, and then it would scare it into the water. One day, dog got too close,
Oh
got
my
pulled into the
God.
water. It's all on camera too. You can find this video out there.
I can't.
Ran down into the water, dead. So, and you can just hear all the tourists being like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
That would be me. That would be fucking
And then
me.
the one guy being like, "Yeah, I fucking waited for that moment, yeah."
Oh
Viral
my
clip."
God.
But no, that's
Fuck.
happened. Yeah.
That's so sad. Oh my God. Well, rest in peace, Shih Tzu. I mean, if you're gonna be pulling that shit on these crocodiles, then I guess maybe karma's a bitch.
Karma's a bitch.
It's-
There we go. Pippa the Terrier. There we go. Pippa the Terrier. Everyone.
in case everybody wants to look that up.
A tiny dog famed for terrorizing a large crocodile has been eaten by the reptile she tormented for over a decade. So this was the thing they did for over a decade. The dog would run down, scare the crocodile.
I feel like this is like the beginnings of the making of a Disney movie, though. It's like you have this fluffy little white dog and this big old crocodile, and they're like,
why I oughta?
yeah, they're like the unlikely friends.
They're the Sylvester and Tweety Bird kind of combination.
Do you want to see the video?
No, don't. And I used to, when I was younger, I used to have a very big curiosity, and I would watch like awful videos, but not anymore. I now have a
Like
conscience.
the Pain Olympics and stuff. Like one guy, one hammer.
Oh yeah, and
all the
it was always on Facebook for some reason. Like it's just, there's some dark videos were popping up. I was like,
My introduction to that whole thing was One Man, One Jar, and just that video when that jar shattered.
no! Then that's a phobia right there. That's what I'm scared. That's the real gore that I'm afraid of.
To avoid that one, just don't shove a jar up your ass. There you go.
There's so many other things to shove up your ass instead.
Yeah, exactly. You guys know all about that.
I've seen. Listen, what we do in our bedroom is for everyone to know, apparently. All right, so let's get into the movies themselves. We are gonna go into our
Body appetizers.
This is a segment where we learn some nice tidbits of the actual movie and some just overall information. So we're going to throw information at you guys right now. So Evil Dead 2013, it was released on April 5th, 2013. The budget was 17 million. Opening weekend, it made 25.7 million, and it grossed 97.5 million dollars, which sounds
Yeah.
good to me for a horror movie.
Do you think it would make the same amount now or more?
I think it might make
feel like
more
it would-
now.
I feel like it would make so much more.
So much more. I mean, we're about to go and talk about the Evil Dead Rises numbers, but I feel like it would make a lot more.
Yeah, I remember Rise was like really big. I feel
Mhm.
like 2013 would have just been that word of mouth, like, holy fuck, you guys, you need to see how insane this movie is.
And I mean,
Um,
like 2013, I think they hadn't had like a Evil Dead movie since Army
Yeah,
of Darkness.
This is the third one.
So coming back with this kind of movie is kind of fucking crazy. It was written by Fede Alvarez, who I hope I pronounced his name right, who made Don't Breathe, A Girl in the Spider's Web. He actually was a producer for the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is debated as not a good movie. But he's also making Alien Romulus, which is the TV series coming up in August, I think.
Yeah, that scares me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, with what he can do in
him
this.
charge of an alien movie, like with the face huggers. Oh, I can't even imagine what he's gonna do with
Did
them.
you see the teaser that they came out with?
I saw I didn't watch the teaser trailer. I saw a gif of like fucking 50 of them running down the hallway at someone, and I was like, you bitch, like you are I've only watched the first Alien movie. I haven't watched any others, and that was one face hugger, and I'm like, that's enough. I don't need to see that again. And he's just going, yeah, here you go.
Especially like I just get reminded of the tree scene from this movie and how like how
All the vines and
gross and
shit.
just like the thing going in, and you see that shot of her just like breathing in. Oh, I can
But,
only
like,
imagine.
Relatable when like it's the tar or that vine coming out of her mouth to like, oh god.
See,
It's like
that's
her
what I'm
teeth
scared
just
of
moving.
when it
Ugh.
comes to like the alien shit, because that is also gross. It's very much just like that.
It's disgusting. And you've got here possible Evil Dead 2? What does that mean?
Well, when I was looking up, they said it's like a possibility that they're like in talks of doing an Evil Dead 2. So like a sequel
They should
to
definitely
this.
get him to do another one, I think.
I think so too. I did hear, and I don't know if you're planning to do a reaction to it, but the movie Infested, the director.
That's gonna be an October thing for me.
Oh,
I
perfect.
got too much on my plate, dude.
I know. Well, we managed to do it, and we squealed throughout the whole fucking shit.
Yeah,
It is
just like
But they're apparently in talks with that director to do another Evil Dead sort of project. And if he can, it's a lot of suspenseful. Not trying to give anything away, but there's a lot of suspense, a lot of spiders.
Yes, of course. I mean, it's called Infested.
Yeah.
well, and I think it would be so smart to do another Evil Dead movie as a follow up. You could do it really to both Evil Dead and Evil Dead Rise, because Evil Dead Rise established that there are supposedly 3 of these books
Yeah.
of the dead, and we now have 2 of them accounted for.
Mhm.
But what about the third?
Unless that third one is referring to the original book from like
Oh, maybe.
Oh. Wait.
this one.
What's inside that? Is that like, it's just like a hollow?
Oh, it's just a bunch of smut, honestly.
Oh.
No, it's got like
Hot.
it's
Oh.
like all the. Sometimes I read it to my daughter at night. We'll see how we go.
Lovely.
Put her to sleep. Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Oh my god. I can only imagine your daughter just going like, "Oh, what's that, Daddy?" Nothing. Don't
Just
worry
like
about it.
doing crayon rubbings of the pages so that you can get the secret incantation. Yeah.
But this one is from like the original movies, Evil Dead 2. It's
Yeah.
so much tamer compared to the one that's in 2013. Oh my god. Some of those sketches in that book, I was like, it's like the face peeling off, jaw coming
I
down.
love it.
Oh.
I love it. I really want to be. I wish I could be there in the room when they were drawing it and coming up with shit and just being like, "What should we do for this page?"
I wish I could go back in time to maybe go see the first session of this movie when it came out, to see the people going in
Oh,
as like
yes.
OG fans being like, oh, what are they going to do? And then just seeing their faces. I
Oh my-
really wish I could go back to that time to witness that.
Yeah.
It was actually produced by this guy named Rob Tabbert. He produced a Xena Warrior
This guy.
Princess. Probably it's a famous producer.
No, but yeah, it's probably produced by this guy.
By
We
this
don't
guy,
know.
Rob.
Probably made by director as well or something.
It was produced by Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi. The cast of Evil Dead is
We have Jane Levy as Mia Allen, Shiloh Fernandez as David Allen, Lou Taylor Pucci as Eric, Jessica Lucas as Olivia, and Elizabeth Blackmore as Natalie.
Rotten Tomato scores for Evil Dead are 63%, and audience score is 64%. What do you think of that? Do you think it should be higher for Evil Dead?
Yes and no, because I think definitely a lot of people at the time would have been like, it's literally just a movie about just as much gore as they possibly can chuck in it.
Fair.
What the story is literally, it's the same thing. They go to the cabin, read a book, shit
Yeah.
happens. There's not really a story in this one at all. I will say that her friends they're a bunch of C bombs. Like they take her to this cabin
You can
to be like,
curse
you're
on
gonna
this.
get off drugs. You are fucked. Like you're staying here. You're not touching a drug. Like they're horrible people. They are terrible. You can't root for anyone in this, I feel like, until the end with Mia. But everyone else
Fair.
is a piece of shit. It's like they literally go to this cabin on a getaway for her like to not relapse. And it's ugh.
They really had the
Terrible
wrong people handle that.
But it's
Cut-
cheaper
Yeah,
than
and
rehab.
then-
This
like-
is over your heads, guys.
But like she chucks the drugs down there and everything, gets rid of them, and then 5 minutes later, her friend's like, "She's gonna fail. She's not gonna do this. She's easily gonna give up like last time." Like they just start shit talking her immediately. I'm like, that would make me want to go and get on the drugs again, guys. Thanks.
I think the biggest crime that anyone did was, I believe her name was Natalie, the girl who was the nurse, or where
Yeah.
shit's happening where we can't handle. Everyone's like, we got to take her to a hospital, and she's like, I'm giving her hospital level services. I'm like, that's not the same. That's not the same.
So funny.
Oh my god. A bit of tidbits for this movie. According to reports in the press, the film used 70,000 gallons of fake blood. In an interview,
It's
Fede
the
Alvarez.
highest recorded amount ever used. I'm pretty sure it literally has the record for the most amount of fake blood.
And it shows it, honestly. That whole
Yeah.
rain on my parade at the end,
Mhm.
so good. So good. Although he has a background in CGI, director Fede Alvarez chose to go with practical effects for the film's visuals, mainly out of tribute to what Sam Raimi achieved on a very limited budget back in 1980. Practical effects, the better. I'm always a fan.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And he's gone with practical for Romulus as well, I'm pretty sure. There was did you not see the Twitter video of the animatronic face hugger scurrying across the ground like remote? Did you not see that? Hang on.
I did not, because
I gotta send you this. It's terrifying.
I will shit my pants. I will shit on
You
here.
keep talking. I gotta find this for you now. I found
Jay-
it immediately. There we go.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
Look at how fast that thing is.
Ew. The way it like scurries with its legs.
Yeah, that's a no.
And the tail. That's too real. That's too real.
It's
See,
disgusting.
this is where I feel like I would love to be in a horror movie, but it's stuff like this that makes me question if I have the guts to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a bit rough.
A bit rough. I'd rather be doing it to like a tennis ball on a stick.
Yeah. But then you're against practical effects.
True,
That's
true.
CGI.
Look at me being a hypocrite. Jane Levy admitted that her role was a physically demanding one, also due to the many hours that she had to spend in the makeup chair. However, her least favorite scene to do was the one where she had to vomit all over Olivia's face because she felt
Oh,
sorry
God.
for Jessica Lucas.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was bad. But I do love the homage to the original one, even though the original one was like pure cum, just like coming out of everyone's mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
This one was gross because it looked like it was blood, but also mixed with vomit, like
Yeah.
actual
Oh,
vomit.
there was chunks coming
Chunks,
out.
right?
It's chunky.
And then, oh wait, this comes back to it. If I had to be that person, if I had to be her, just like receiving it, I don't think I
No.
could.
Phrasing.
No. Listen, I like a few splurts, a few ropes, but that's it. Director Fede Alvarez stated that his favorite scene in the movie is one where David, Shiloh Fernandez, also Hunk, has to bury his sister Mia to free her from the demonic possession. In order to help Fernandez with his performance, Levy was really buried alive in the grave below him. With plenty of safeguards, of course, to prevent her from suffocating. This was done so that Fernandez would show genuine apprehension and try to get Levy out of the sand as fast as possible. Would you ever do this? Would you ever be?
Absolutely fucking not. I would love to be a deadite. I think that would be so fun. But to be that type of actor that's like, yeah, I'm going to bury myself in the ground just to make it a bit more real for you. No way.
No.
No thanks.
That
Jesus.
is too
Knowing
much.
that's like legit, like her, like that is a scary scene. Like her eyes are fucking yellow under the dirt.
Yeah.
He starts shit talking to her brother. Why won't you listen to me? Like things like just talking under there. It's like no way would
And
I
from
do
my
that. You can-
recollection, it wasn't a quick scene. Like it feels like
no,
it's
she's
pretty
under
long.
there. Oh God, no way.
That's combining
Respect to
several
actors
scary.
that will go that far, but like, no, thank you.
Yeah, no. Although I am a fan of Jane Levy, and I want her to be in more things. So I mean, this makes me respect her. But please do not put your life at stake anymore.
I don't know what else she's been in. I only know her in this.
Have you seen the movie Don't Breathe? That's.
Nope.
I don't want. Yeah. Well,
Have you
You
tried
should
it?
react to that at some point. Wait, what? Have I tried not
Cody-
breathing? Is that what? Wait, what? Is that what he's saying?
That's what he's saying.
God
Cody
damn
heard it. Cody heard it.
Oh boy, guys, it's gonna be a long recording.
Pugga just is showing up with pure chaotic neutral energy today.
I love it though. I love it though.
I make editing a nightmare for everyone else except myself. it's my goal.
Mom?
Mommy's with the maggots now.
What will be.
So, Evil Dead Rise from 2023. Release date was April 21st, 2023. Budget was $12 million. Opening weekend was $25 million, and it grossed $147 million.
I did not know it made that much money. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2013 would rip today.
Oh,
Holy shit.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like it would do so well.
Well,
And-
especially since they both released, they both had the same opening weekend performance.
Yeah.
So you know, just the way that we advertise and talk about.
Oh, and this was
movies
heavily
today.
marketed. I remember the
Yes.
marketing for this
Oh,
movie.
Yes,
It was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the tidbit later on, but I'll say it right now since we're talking about the gross. It was supposed to be on streaming. This was supposed to drop
Yeah, that's right. I
on
remember
HBO
on
Max.
HBO Max, yes.
And then they were like,
And who
actually,
pushed
let's
it
put it-
for- someone pushed it for physical, I think.
oh my
I can't
God.
remember who it was.
It was like some famous director, I think.
Yeah, someone was like, this needs to go to theaters or something. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I hate to say it's Steven Spielberg, but I don't know. I'm just putting Steven
Definitely
Spielberg.
wasn't him.
You don't think it's Steven Spielberg?
No.
I'm gonna search it right
No.
now. Dead Rise.
Yeah, I think if 2013 came out today, it would have. That's crazy. I did not know it made that much money.
Well, I was gonna talk about it later as well, but I really think that 2013 was a little bit ahead of its time in the way that they did the gore and the way that they presented the movie. I do think your point earlier, Pugga, about just like seeing the people whose last memory of Evil Dead was
Yeah.
the like silly campiness,
Like,
going
yeah,
into
yeah.
this expecting that kind of energy.
It would be That would be well, they would have had to watch the trailer beforehand, surely, but still, like walking in blind to a movie like this, you'd be like, oh, well, there might be, a Bruce Campbell cameo or something, things like that, and then you just hit with this sort of level of stuff. This would have been one of the movies where people today, like, oh, there were people throwing up in the cinema, people passing out, like those articles that you see everywhere. They're like, oh my God. Like people were walking out halfway through, so disgusting. Whereas this movie actually is that. Like it's terrible.
Yeah. Evil Dead Rise was written by Lee Cronin, who created The Hole in the Ground and Ghost Train, and also directed by Lee Cronin, produced by Rob Tabbert, and the cast is
Lily Sullivan as Beth, Alyssa Sutherland as Ellie, Morgan Davies as Danny, Gabrielle Eccles as Bridget, and Neil Fisher as Cassie.
Rotten Tomatoes is 84%, and audience score was 74%, a bigger jump from Evil Dead. Now, you say that Evil Dead wins in your heart from 2013.
Yes, 100%. But story-wise, Evil Dead Rise, I think, takes the story.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, Evil Dead 2013's a lot of like, let's showcase as much as we possibly can. While there is a minimal story there too, with Mia and her drug addiction and everything like that, Evil Dead Rise absolutely has like a story behind it. It's core, like the pregnant, what's her name? You just read the cast list out for it, like
Beth.
What's her name, dude?
Beth.
Lily being pregnant, like trying to balance that. Oh shit, like I'm gonna give birth in 6 months, and then also I'm about to lose my entire family. Like, there's a story there, that's happening in like this rundown apartment that's gonna get destroyed in a month. Like, there's a lot going on in this movie. There's way less gore, but I think it's balanced really well with the story that they do.
I think it's evenly spread out. I think for Evil Dead Rise, as opposed to Evil Dead, where it's kind of like we're gonna do with whatever budget we have, we're gonna pull all the stops. So yeah, I agree there.
Did you have budget written here for the movies? Yeah, you did. 12 million.
Yeah,
and Evil
12
Dead
million
Rise.
for
Wow, yeah, Evil Dead had a bigger budget, of course.
Tidbits. Director Lee Cronin stated in an interview that 6,500 liters of fake blood were used for this movie.
Loser. Evil Dead 2013 guys
didn't do as much, but hey, I'm glad that you're stating it to us. He also confirmed online that the cat scene in the movie, and heard in the vents of the apartment complex, does in fact survive in the events of the film. I don't know if
that has made my day better.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever confirmed in the movie. I forget.
Because you never see it. You never see it happen. So I'm guessing Alyssa just crawled through the vents, saw the cat, and went, and then just kept going.
Good.
Like,
fuck you.
Whatever.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break here. But when we come back, we're gonna go on into our next segment. So we'll be right back. Welcome back, ghouls. It is now time to go into our
Meats and Potatoes.
Yes, the segment where we will put both movies up against each other. Let's go.
You know what? That works.
That works, honestly. Well, we're gonna take that. You did it for us.
God.
Thank you, Pugga. All right, so we're gonna go into the competition portion of this, where we're gonna discuss each segment, and we're going to kind of just have them battle it out. Which one has the best ones? This is in our opinions. If you want to play along, comment down below or comment in your head, whichever you would like. So, round one, opening scenes. If you want a reminder of the opening scenes for each of them, Evil Dead opens up with a girl who is like being hunted by a couple of men. She gets captured, tied up to a plank or wood column. and burned up by her father, and also I believe shot in the head. As opposed to Evil Dead Rise, where we have a longer bit of a segment where it's a couple of friends who are out near a cabin by the lake, and one of them gets their hair literally snatched. A drone is put to the head to one of them who is possessed, who is a deadite, and then we get the iconic rise of Evil Dead Rise as she is floating in the lake. Now, we'll start with our guest of honor here, Pugga. Between those two, who takes the top spot?
It's really hard, okay? Because these two opening scenes, I think the title card for Rise is one of the coolest things I've ever seen, right? But
100%.
Evil Dead 2013 also does something very similar, where as soon as the dad like shotguns the daughter's head, it goes to the title card, which is also crazy. You've also got like in Evil Dead 2013, you've got the "I will rip your soul out, daddy." Like, oh god, Hayden's gonna clip that. Change the pitch of my voice, please. I definitely think. Oh god, it's the round one is tough because I think Evil Dead 2013 because of how just straight into it goes. You have a father like gonna shotgun his daughter in the head. You've got
It's a lot more dramatic.
Yeah, it's so dramatic. And then like she's screaming like vulgar things at him while she's burning. Like, oh my god. Evil Dead Rise, yeah, you've got the drone and everything like that. I think Evil Dead Rise's opening is built out better, but I think just in terms of shock value straight away, because these movies feel like they are a bit of shock value, I think I'm gonna have to go with 2013.
2013. All right, we got 2013 for Pugga.
Title card for Rise. Hard as fuck though, right? I'm not saying it's bad. It's pretty damn cool. That's my choice.
Pugga's struggling like, wait, no, I love Evil Dead Rise.
I already see the comments, man. I can already see the comments.
How the fuck?
I actually think that the opening scene of 2023 is better by far, because I get your point about 2013, and I do really like, you have the just complete introduction if you've never seen an Evil Dead movie before, which when we watched 2013, I think that was the first Evil Dead movie we watched.
Yeah.
So I was coming into it like fully no expectations about what was going to happen. I think that it puts up a good fight, but between like, I like when even the initial opening shots where you're just like flying through the river in the way that we now know, like you're traveling with the spirit as it's like going to find a host is when it's zipping around like that. And the title card just can't be beat. I haven't seen anything better than it. Just the rising out of the water as the title rises up behind the mountains in the distance is just unbeatable. So I think 2023 is the winner in my book for this round.
For this round, I think I'm also going to choose 2023 Evil Dead Rise. Don't listen.
I also choose 2023.
No. No.
This is the Gang Up on Pugga show now.
No. No.
That
Evil
happens
Dead.
every on the horror hour.
Is it a part of a gay? It's part of the gay gene to just be like, no, Pugga.
Absolutely, yeah. 100%.
I guess so. It was eventually time for us to now convert.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I choose Evil Dead 2023 only because it kind of like subverted expectations. We got our little like dose of being near in a cabin setting. We had a lot. I personally feel a lot more gore. It was just a little bit more interesting of an opening act that caught me. We had the hair snatch. We had the drone just bash into her head. We had the guy be getting decapitated. And then like the music, I think overall, Evil Dead Rise, takes the cake for me.
Well, and I also think that one of the cool things about it is that we didn't really see anything from the intro other than maybe the shot of the house in the trailer. So we didn't really know as you're going into the intro that it was going to be a completely, well, not completely unrelated, but mostly unrelated storyline to the rest of the
Yeah.
to the rest of the movie. Whereas
I wonder how
2013
many
was really
people
setting
went
it up.
into it. Yeah, I wonder how many people went into it without watching a trailer and were like, "Oh god, they're just doing a cabin in the woods again. Can we get like I
Yeah.
would love to see like an Evil Dead outbreak in like a plane. I think that would be crazy.
Oh
Ooh.
shit!
Something like
It's
that.
like snakes
you
on a
could take-
plane.
yeah.
See,
mean,
I
yeah.
think I
A
like
boat,
that
I don't
idea.
know.
I would say cruise ship. Like you
Cruise
or,
ship would be
like a like
crazy.
yacht or something, because then like the plane has to land eventually, right? But like a boat could be out in the ocean for
Let's
days.
take it further. Submarine going down to the Titanic. Crazy.
That will be a short movie.
That already happened last year.
It did. Next round. We got next round. Cast. Overall cast. What do we think? Let's go with Pugga. You're up. You're up. This is the order.
If we don't hear your opinion first, we won't
Then
know which
we
one
will-
we have to have.
Yeah, I know.
We'll switch it up next.
So I'm gonna go. Oh, you've got lead protagonists there. Those overall cast. I'm think I'm gonna have to say Rise here. Actually,
Okay.
I think for Evil Dead 2013, Mia is amazing. But aside from that, the other ones are just side characters, really.
Yeah, you like
Evil Dead
bashed
Rise.
them earlier. You were like,
Yeah,
they're the
Evil Dead
dumbest.
Rise. Like, yeah, imagine I went with.
I
Yeah,
love
so
Evil
actually
Dead
for the
cast.
I'm gonna go with the people that were like bullying her for quitting drugs. I think they're pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rise because it fleshes out the side characters better. One of them's a DJ, which who the hell cares? Like things like that. What? It's true. I
no
literally said in
respect
my
for
reaction.
DJs. Yeah, you said it several times. You're like, this one, get the DJ first.
I think I said something like he would. No, I said that in the horror hour I hosted by myself. I was like, Nick is like that DJ that I wouldn't go for, but good that he makes music or something. I got confused, but I only realized I did Evil Dead Rise like a month ago, so it's pretty fresh for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the cast for Rise. So now this is where you guys say 2013.
Are we, Cody?
I think I'm gonna agree with Pugga here
Oh.
because I like.
Stand up, Sergio.
What? Imagine I just go. Let me just.
Loud and proud, baby. Loud and proud.
But I just think like we get more dimension, and I like that we have extra side characters that aren't really in the story but still get involved because you have the other people in the building. But like 2013's cast, you have Mia, and of course we all love Mia. But then you have like her
TJ
brother. You have dude who like
Say TJ Miller?
TJ Miller, that guy that reads from the book looks like TJ Miller.
I was like, wait a minute, he's not in the cast.
Wait a second. Did I get the cast
We're
wrong?
like, what the fuck? Which movie did we watch?
But this book could not have said more clearly, "Do not read it." It's written in the
Yeah,
fucking
it's
first
awful.
page.
It's awful.
And he's just like, I wonder what'll happen if I read it.
Now,
And
Pugga,
then,
is this an insult if I say like if you put in a wig, like a long wig, I feel like you might look like him. I feel like you could rock a Halloween outfit as him.
Why would I want to dress as him?
I
Out of all my choices,
I don't
him?
know. Well, because I feel like you could rock it. I think you can. In the beard,
Yeah.
yeah, and the glasses.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Cody, you're absolutely right. Any book that has like a set of acrylic nails on the side, do not open it. Like, or teeth. If it has teeth on the side, do not open that book.
or if it's like wrapped in a garbage bag and then wrapped with
In
barbed
barbed wire,
wire. Yeah, that's a no.
Well, you know, if it's a book that has like a face on it or anything, just don't fucking read the book at all.
Pugga, most books have faces on it. It's called the cover.
Not faces made out of human flesh.
That's fair.
I mean, it's a picture of a face made out of human flesh.
You tell me a library that sells books that look like that, and I will get it decommissioned.
Not the banned. Just go.
There's enough of that going on.
Banning books. Pugga's banning books at libraries, guys. So
All digital, baby.
I'm gonna also choose Evil Dead Rise, but I wish I picked Evil Dead only because I feel like that's the hotter cast.
Then pick
But
it.
I mean,
no.
You're still gonna lose. There's 2 people that said Rise against 1 Evil Dead. Just go with Evil Dead. You're gonna lose anyway.
I truly do like the Evil Dead Rise cast for everything that you guys said it, and I think it outweighs the fact that I just find the other cast hotter. So just want to
Who's the
lay that
hottest
down there.
one? The brother, I'm
it-
guessing.
In Evil Dead, the brother, yeah,
Yeah.
Shiloh, yeah. Round 3, our lead protagonists. So we have Beth in one corner and Mia in the other corner. But it's kind of also tough because you can kind of count the mom in Evil Dead Rise.
No,
But
that should
technically-
be an antagonist.
So I'm gonna say Beth versus Mia in this case.
would you say it's Mia / her brother? Because her brother is the protagonist for the first
See, this is where it kind of
2/3 of the film.
The girls are fighting.
no, but you're right because it's like the brother and Mia or the mom and Beth, but the mom is.
Yeah, I would say versus just Beth.
Let's just do Mia versus Beth. Mia versus Beth. Let's vote on that.
I think that's got to be Mia. I like her more. I liked her storyline, I think, a little bit more than Beth. That's just
So you're
Plain and
against
simple.
pregnant women fighting for their life.
Damn. I will also agree. I pick Mia, but it's only because Beth is a horrible. Like, she does a really bad job taking care of these kids. Like,
Yeah.
each and every one of them is doomed. And even the mom at the last minute was like, take care of my babies. Too bad. Too bad. Beth doesn't know.
Also, Beth in the bath, like scaring the shit out of the little girl.
Oh,
Being
yeah.
like, I'm getting sucked into the bath. Don't do that. She'll never want to have a bath again. What
No.
are you doing?
I don't know how that little girl trusted her at all during that movie.
After she did that shit with the jellyfish in the bath, I would have been out there. I would have been like, you were the worst, like,
You're
auntie
out of
ever.
here.
Like, get
Sorry.
out. Yeah. Jesus. And she's
I mean,
like that little girl later on.
counterpoint-
You're going to be a fantastic mum. I don't think so.
counterpoint. Mia actively killed several people before.
That's not
any,
her fault.
But she
though.
left at the end looking good and feeling nice. So she's a protagonist.
And with one less hand.
Yeah. 5 pounds lighter.
5 pounds lighter. Look at that.
Mia wins.
Mia wins. Okay. I'm just going to write Mia wins in this round. Round 4. We got tone. The tone of each movie. Pugga. Which one takes the cake?
Evil Dead 2013, I think easily takes the cake for tone. If you're going to go based off like what Evil Dead technically is, which is let's do gory shit in it and see what we can do, I think it wins for that. I even I went and rewatched my reaction to 2013 last night after watching the movie. I was having a blast rewatching that. I was like, yeah, I did a good job editing this one. This one's fun.
It was hilarious.
I think I'm gonna have to go tone for Evil Dead just because it gives off such a visceral reaction to certain things. The whole way through, like it gets to about halfway through, and you're like, I'm so tired, and there's like still half of the movie left. I just need a rest. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Evil Dead 2013.
I think I want to give this one to Evil Dead Rise.
Okay.
personally.
Oh my god! Why? Why?
This one is tough.
All right,
because
that's enough. Sergio, you're
No. No. Cody, why?
it is tough because they are really close. But I think if you took all the gore out of it,
But then if you don't have the gore in these movies, no one's going to see these movies.
I would still watch it without gore because my whole deal is not liking horror movies.
Turn
Pugga.
it into a rom-com, turn it into a drama, I'll be there.
Well, if I had to choose, I would think Evil Dead 2013. I mainly because the tone.
I'm getting competitive now. I'm getting.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting competitive.
Pugga's literally being like swaying the vote.
I'm getting heated.
He's playing dirty. No. I think Evil Dead 2013. It just feels scarier. It just feels more harsh than Evil Dead Rise. And yeah, there's a lot of harsh moments in Evil Dead Rise, but I just feel like Evil Dead, it just seems like it's just at you, and everything seems more gritty.
It's relentless. It's like literally just punch after punch.
Yeah, I think that's what I kind of feel with Evil Dead 2013. Evil Dead Rise is definitely like a fun ride, but Evil Dead, I think when I go back into it, I need to be in a certain mood to watch it.
I also just want to bring up, I don't know if Cody's looking at you lovingly or he's about to punch you in the back of the head for voting.
Oh my god. I don't know, Cody.
It's
also
definitely lovingly, Pugga. I think you're just trying to read things into this that aren't there.
I almost said
Did you just get the $20 I sent to your PayPal, Sergio, for voting for that?
Thank you so much. I'm gonna that's gonna be lunch tomorrow.
Awesome.
Round 5, which is music. The score, whichever it is. Pugga, what are you picking between Evil Dead and Evil Dead Rise?
I'm not going to be an expert on this because I don't recall like any of the music in it, like at all. I'm just going to be honest. I don't remember any of the music. However, if I was to remember one thing, it's like the title card from Rise and the music there, and just how good that felt at the time. So I don't have a vote, so I'm gonna sit this one out. So it's up to you two.
You're not gonna vote for this one, neither of them? Oh, because I guess
Has that ever happened before? Has someone just not voted?
I mean, I guess you don't have to put, but technically you are kind of choosing Evil Dead Rise.
Well, I didn't say it.
We're gonna count your vote as Evil Dead Rise.
We're gonna count
that's my vote, man. You can't do that. Next time I'm gonna rock up and be like, I'm not voting for any of these. I just want to hear you guys talk about movies.
Oh my! Aw, wait, that's sweet.
Yeah, I literally can't remember any of the music.
Well, if I had to recollect, so for Evil Dead 2013, I think that's my choice. Is Evil Dead 2013 one because I love the callback to the original sounds of the 1981 versions. There's these like
this round to sound effects instead of music because
we can do a little yeah
mixing.
sound effects mixing. Yeah, we could do that.
Then I still don't know. I don't know. I still don't know.
I was like, wait, does that help? No, it does not. But like what I was saying, there's moments where there's these sound effects where it goes like like you hear that and it just reminds me of the 1981 version. I love the title card, like operatic choir just screaming at you as it like yeah, and it happens again I think at the end. Oh, and the whole finale climax music was so crazy.
Oh, it was intense. Yeah,
it was intense.
With the rain was intense.
Yes,
I don't remember what it sounded like, but I remember it was intense.
Well, I choose Evil Dead for that.
That's also gonna be my choice for the music because like you, Pugga, I don't clearly remember a lot of the music from either, but I remember more from Evil Dead. So that's gonna be my vote.
Yeah. Since my vote doesn't matter now, I'm gonna go with Evil Dead Rise.
There you go.
Even though
you did it. I love that when you eventually picked Evil Dead Rise. I love it. All right. And now we go on to gore. Let's talk about the fucking gore. What do you pick? Pugga.
It's obvious, right? It's pretty obvious what my pick is going to be.
Is it going to be Evil Dead?
Army of Darkness.
Oh my gosh.
It's the one with the least amount, I think. Yeah, 2013 by a mile. There's some scenes in Evil Dead Rise that are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But God, I'm pretty sure that like our rating system over here is like I think it's R18 plus in America here gets MA 15 plus.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure, so because Australia's not as big of a pussy country as America, so we don't care about like our ratings, and we're not like
We can't even.
sooks about everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure even Evil Dead 2013, I feel like it may have got an R18 plus rating here, or X, which is like literally what did it get rated here? I'm pretty sure it was R18 plus. Yeah, that got an R18 plus here, which is very, very rare for a movie to get.
Oh wow. Okay.
Normally it's MA 15 plus here, and that's like the top of the bar that like a movie will get if it's gory. But one that's that gory, yeah, R18 plus.
What
which
was
is very
Terrifier 2
uncommon.
over there?
We didn't get it in cinemas.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. But I assume it would probably be rated MA 15 plus here.
Okay. Figures. Wow, you really gotta like push the barrier to get to
Yeah,
something
you
like
really
that.
got to push it here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
What would you pick?
Definitely 2013.
I think you winced more at 2013.
I definitely winced more at 2013. I mean, there are scenes that are trying to take the cake in Evil Dead Rise. Like I'm thinking of like some grated
Cheese grater.
calf having, that on top of your salad. But yeah, it's just nonstop and so varied too, because you had like the chopping off of the arm scene, you had the scene where Natalie is like carving up her face, stabbing in the face with the needle. There's so much different gore.
Can I just talk about how Natalie's the girlfriend, right?
Natalie's
No,
the one.
Natalie's
Jessica.
Natalie's
Jessica.
the one that chops her arm off, and then for like when I was watching it last night, I didn't even pick up on some of the things where Eric, when Olivia's like pulled her jaw off and everything, when he walks back, he actually slips on her tongue that she's cut off.
Yeah.
So her tongue's the thing. Oh god! And then with Natalie, when she cuts her arm off with the bread slicer, it doesn't cut off straight away. So when it cuts back to her,
It's like
it
hanging.
slowly drips off.
Yeah.
And oh god!
I gotta say,
Disgusting.
I personally love Natalie's character. Before I kind of judged her because she was just like, she's like a nothing character, and then, but she does go through a lot of shit in this
She
movie.
goes through the ringer, dude.
She goes through the ringer.
And I feel like I feel the worst for her character too, because like,
Oh, remember when she was like putting out that pus in her hand?
Oh, yeah,
Those
and then
little
it's like
black
growing back
things?
as like black lump.
Ah!
It's stuff like that like I think elevates this movie to being like, yeah, this is the way more gory option. The fact that like she's trying to push these pus pimples out, and it just
And like, where are you going to see? So this is funny because in the 1981 version, whenever there is the scene where one of them like hits Ash in the back with a crowbar. I think it was a crowbar, or maybe like a fire poker. But like, it always makes me laugh because it definitely seems like it's not touching him. And Bruce Campbell just like, But then you go to Evil 2013, and the guy, the dude who like it's all his fault, tries to.
They actually
like,
hit him with the crowbar on set.
Yeah,
They're
it
like,
wasn't
just
special
rolling
effects
him
at
out.
all.
Like-
But like the part where like she splits his hand into two just with the it's
We haven't even
relentless.
spoken about like Mia down in the basement getting the like knife down the middle of her
Oh,
tongue.
that one's
And
hard
then-
for Cody.
And then she goes, "Kiss me," and then just starts making out with her. What? Who thought of that? That's insane. Kiss me on the mouth, you dirty fuck, and then just like, blah. It's like, oh my god, please stop.
My favorite line for Mia is always when the brother comes over and like tries to shut the door, and she goes, come on down so I can take your cock, pretty boy. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I remember my reaction. I edited myself running down the hallway as soon
Yeah.
as she said that. I was like, and then that bit with the tongue was when I literally like noped out and I just walked down the hallway and I
Yeah.
was like, I fucking need a break. Oh my god, yeah. And then like the hot shower, she's literally in boiling water as her skin's just
Yeah.
melting off her. Literal insanity. Like I can't believe this actually got made and released.
All right, so all around Evil Dead 2013 for gore. Perfect. So let's talk about climaxes. How's your climax?
It's usually in the mornings.
Nice. Okay. Alone?
Got to rub one out before I start the day,
Nice.
and then start the
And
day
now-
with a clear mind.
For your viewing pleasure, Pugga will reenact it for us.
Well, it's currently 1 p.m., so I can't do it until tomorrow morning.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, we caught you at a bad time. Anyways, when it comes to endings between Evil Dead 2013 and Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, I was gonna say 8:30 a.m. usually is when it ends.
Oh my god.
Can't be as bad as David's, all right? So chill.
Honestly, true. Listen, we love David, but both of his podcast episodes that we've had with him,
The heinous shit. Like,
demonetized.
yeah.
They're both
Yeah.
demonetized. We can't get around
Yeah.
it. Ending Evil Dead 2013 versus Evil Dead Rise. Thoughts?
So Evil Dead 2013 has an ending where it's sort of hopeful in a way. Mia actually gets away. But then it like ends on like a cliffhanger with like a zooming in on the book and it like opening up again. Obviously
Yeah.
they were wanting to follow it up with something else, but it didn't make enough money for them to justify a second one
Yeah.
of that movie anyway. But Evil Dead Rise, I think here has the better ending because it literally ties into the start. What I will say though is how the hell this woman survived that entire night to then just go out the next day like nothing happened in the apartment. Like apparently she slept through it. I highly doubt it. There were chainsaws revving, shotguns being blasted,
Oh my
screaming.
God.
Clearly,
What sort of soundproof headphones does she have?
You've never lived in New York City because, like, the rule of thumb
It's
is
like concrete.
is like you just
been-
go about your day, no matter what is happening, whatever like weird sounds are coming from the next apartment over.
I mean, that is very true. Like I've commuted into this well, no, this is LA, but like in New York City, people are just like, oh, somebody got run over. There's delays. We're like, okay, fine. Just another day.
Yeah, but that's just Americans in general. They don't
That's
care.
true, that's true.
they just go about their day anyway. There's too many Americans. That's what it is.
That's
Like, Like, her
But
night
I-
before was just like hearing a bunch of thumps from the apartment above, and she's just like, my fucking neighbors. And then she puts the headphones back
what
on.
did she mean by mommies with the maggots now? Like, what the fuck was that?
Zombies with the maggots now. Yeah, I mean, I've been in New York when I was in America in 2019, and I can see, yeah, thinking back, it is like that. It's like when you go to sleep at night, it's still daytime. Like the lights are just too bright.
Yeah.
Like there's no darkness in the room. But yeah, I definitely think ending wise, I think it has to be Evil Dead Rise. If you're referring to like how it literally just ends or like the finale,
Let's talk
finale-wise?
Finale-wise.
oh fuck, now you've got me conflicted.
But that includes the actual ending, but like everything.
Yeah, but there's the ending and there's the ending. There's like two different things. Damn it, man. I was so locked in on Evil Dead Rise, and now you're like, yeah, but now let's include the finale. And now I'm like, But the chainsaw fight in the rain, like Blood Rain, was pretty cool.
Well, because you have to kind of consider Evil Dead having the blood rain and the big entity come to life and she battles it, but then you also have the combination monster of the mom and her children come together and she has to beat it, which is also another thing that they do. And I think it's in the parking lot as well.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I don't know. I was locked in, man. I
Damn
had it.
I'm sorry, but it also
had it.
includes. To make it easier, let's go with ending.
I like how you have to dumb it down for me.
No. It would be easier, right? I mean, I personally, if we had to choose when it comes to big finales,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I think
choose
Evil
Evil
Dead
Dead 2013. Yeah.
Yeah. Finale wise, Evil Dead 2013. Ending, I think the way it ties into Evil Dead Rise, like the intro. Mwah.
Yeah, it's a fun little like, oh shit, everything we just witnessed is actually tying in.
But then, it's really weird if you think about it that way, because the ending of Evil Dead Rise like goes back to the intro of Evil Dead Rise, which at the end of the intro of Evil Dead Rise is technically the end of, like how did that outbreak happen? Like, where did
What-
she go after she floated up in from the water?
Oh, so we don't know where she went.
Yeah.
That's
So there's
where
also something. There's something there. It's like
yeah, there's something
it's a cliffhanger there. It's like a cliffhanger at the start of the movie. It's a little.
which we don't know at the moment, which is kind of cool calling back when we reach to the end, where we're like, we actually see her being a normal person for a little bit. I think because I'm thinking when I'm like like endings, I think Evil Dead Rise is a little bit more because Evil Dead 2013 is kind of your quintessential like, ooh, like the book is being weird
He walks
again.
off into the forest. Like, it wasn't the river flooded and everything? Like, how's she getting home?
Yeah.
The car
Also-
doesn't work.
Tremendous amounts of blood loss from just tearing her arm off.
Yeah, it's insane. She wouldn't have made it out of the forest.
Yeah,
Also, something about these movies just wanting to drench their women in blood.
I also am like I'm a little skeptical that as much as I love Mia, I'm a little skeptical that she would be able to like actually beat a like risen entity from.
Oh, so
from
you think
wherever.
that she didn't have a chance?
No,
No,
I'm not
Cody's
saying
calling
that.
women weak, is what he's doing.
Oh my god!
Pugga continuing to put things in my mouth that were
No.
not there. No, I just think
I
that,
thought
like,
you were going to say like recovering addicts, but I was like,
Yeah,
no.
Andy also is hating on recovering addicts. So I
No.
give them a break. They're going through enough as it is.
I think that
It's all a metaphor. It's all a metaphor. She's overcoming shit right now.
To be fair, if you were Mia and you got possessed and you killed all your friends and everything like that, wouldn't you be that pissed off to the point where you could kill a demonic entity? I would.
Mhm.
I just feel like the demonic entity like should have been more powerful.
Oh, so you're
than-
shitting on the entity instead of me.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, well, it's
Okay,
better
I
to
like
shit
that.
on the entity, I think.
Yeah, I
in
think
this
we should
scenario.
start that way.
Cody, have you ever been in a fight, like physically?
No.
Okay, so you don't know the adrenaline you get when like a fight is about to happen and you're like, all right, I need to win this. That's what Mia was experiencing.
I mean, I'm sure there's
You
a
two
lot of
should fight
adrenaline
right
from
now. Fight.
What?
Fight.
Pugga like encouraging domestic abuse.
Mhm.
What? Is that what you're trying to have happen here live on this channel?
Definitely.
Code tomorrow we call everything off. Oh my god, it's because of Pugga. Thank you, Pugga.
And the group chat would roll with it too. I know they would.
Oh my god.
But just to finish my thought, now that I'm done being maligned by Pugga, I'm never done being maligned by Pugga. I just personally, I'm a huge fan of like when everything just like comes together at the end and we come full circle. I like the way that 2013, not 2013, that Evil Dead Rise ends up with like the girl gets possessed from the beginning of the movie, and we finally get the explanation of like, well, if the whole movie that we just watched was people who weren't the people at the beginning reading the book and getting possessed and doing all the fighting and everything, how did the beginning of the movie happen? And I like that we came around to
And
that.
you kind of forget about it during the duration of the movie. You
do.
kind of forget about the beginning part.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh shit, that is, how did that come into play? But I will say, I think the creature, like with the mom and the kids, I do think it's kind of silly. I don't know what
I think
is
it's
that.
too much. Yeah,
I think it's
too
kind
much.
of like weird. I like the look of the villain in Evil Dead 2013. So I'm including
Yes.
the finale and the grand finale in my vote.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna do Evil Dead 2013 for my.
So who wins?
Well, who did you choose at the end of the day?
No.
You have to
Um,
choose one.
I think I'm gonna have to go with. I think I'm gonna have to go with. Oh fuck, man, Jesus!
Come on.
Coin
What's in your
toss.
heart?
Coin toss or camera lid toss.
Okay.
This is Evil Dead 2013. This is Rise. It's Evil Dead 2013.
Wait, what? Okay, Evil Dead 2013. There you go. Blame it on the gods right there. And you're doing Evil Dead Rise?
I'm doing Evil Dead Rise.
Okay. So,
Do you have a favorite kill from? Like, what's your favorite kill out of these movies?
I want to say, I don't remember his name, but the guy who was not the brother in 2013.
I always forget his
Eric?
name. Eric?
That's
And
Eric.
Derek.
my reasoning is because his death happened like slowly over like 30 minutes. And I like to think that that's just the karmic feedback from him ignoring all of the signs and continuing to read the book and then blaming the witchcraft in the basement instead of him
Yeah.
reading the book.
He's also the scariest one because when he sneaks up on the brother and he
Mhm.
just looks at him from the corner
He's
of the
just
room,
staring at him. Yeah, just watching.
that's fucking scary. That's creepy.
I liked it. Like, what are they thinking about in that moment? You know, like
Like, it was
they're not.
like, huh?
They're not chilling. What are they thinking about? What's going through their brain?
I don't know. I personally love the scene in Evil Dead Rise with the glass, with the wine glass, and she's chewing on it and then
Down
swallowing
the
it,
throat.
and then she
Ugh.
goes like, "I'm trying to get the creepy crawlies outside my tummy,"
Down
and
on
I'm
the
like,
tummy. And then she
"Ooh."
throws it back to Lillian's like, you know all about things in your tummy. And it's like,
I'm like, what the fuck? No,
Yeah.
bitch. I love that scene. I give it up for Evil Dead Rise. Plus the cheese grater is really good. Like,
That's
who
not
would
a
have
kill,
thought
though.
about
That's
that?
just like that's just a bit.
It's
of
not a
torture.
kill, but I do like that action that they take. You?
No, I don't know. I was
Oh,
asking
cool.
you guys the question.
Cool,
I was
cool,
asking
cool.
you a question. I was asking you a question for once.
All right. Well, let's tally these up. Cody, if you can, because you have a better eye for this, tally up who is the ultimate winner for Pugga, for me, and for you.
So for Pugga, the ultimate winner is Evil Dead 2013.
You are all going to die tonight.
Okay.
Which took 5 out of the 7 rounds for Pugga.
Okay.
Damn, landslide.
And for me,
For you, it's the same.
You are all going to die tonight.
Evil Dead 2013,
Evil
5 out of
Dead
3.
2013, 5 out of 7. Yeah.
Go.
Shit. And for you?
And then for me, so for me, Evil Dead Rise edges out 2013 by 1.
Mommy's got the maggots now.
So I gave that
Damn.
4
6 out of 7.
categories.
Okay. But I
Wow.
mean,
No,
oh,
mine was 4 out of 7. It was closer.
four,
for me,
oh, 4
yes.
out of 7. So overall, as a podcast episode, Evil Dead 2013 won.
Mhm.
For this episode, Evil Dead 2013.
I spoiled it at the start, guys. I said it.
No, but it was a rough going. It was a rough. You were questioned. You had some feelings. Emotions got in the way.
Yeah, a little bit.
A
A little bit.
little bit.
You could say the emotions were rising.
There you go. Also, I do kind of am a little upset that Evil Dead Rise, whenever I heard the synopsis that they were saying that like, oh, it's like a rise, it's a building, I always thought it was going to be like in New York City, which I
like
really
a mob of them or something, like a
yeah,
full-on zombie sort of thing.
yeah. But then it was just like
Mm.
one singular building in LA, and I'm like, oh, not what I was thinking, but sure, I liked it.
Yeah, I think the problem with if they go something like that route where they just have a giant infestation happen is they can't dial it back. They can't have it in like a separate area that's sort of contained. Because once
Yeah,
they let it out and then everyone gets it, then they're kind of like stuck in a corner of now they can't just go to a separate area, things like that, unless it's like a spin-off.
yeah. Though I kind of want an infestation to happen with the
It'd be
Deadites. Like,
crazy.
let it spread. Like, what would happen? Right? They always find a way to kind of just keep it contained, which I kind of want
Mm.
to.
Oh, wait, that would actually be an interesting concept for another movie too. I know we talked about like having the outbreak on the cruise ship, but imagine that instead of watching the outbreak happen, your like group of people, your protagonists, roll up into like some town in the middle of nowhere where
Right.
everyone is already converted to deadites
Mm.
and
Oh,
they like don't show their true face at first when they're meeting people, but then of course something happens and their car breaks down and they can't go anywhere and
this is
then
like next level Deadites.
yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Smart Deadites. I mean, I guess they're all kind of really smart.
They're all smart, yeah.
They're all like super smart and fucking rude. So I guess you'd fit right in for the Deadite role.
Sergio.
And on that note,
Sergio.
we are ending the segment. Thank you so much for joining us on this. We have one more segment, which is kind of like it's not a rating, but we're
mean,
gonna talk about them, right?
It is a rating.
It's a little bit of a rating. So let's move on to our next segment, which is
Just desserts.
now this is a segment where we're gonna rate each movie on how scary it was based on our rating, which is 0 to 10 scared Cody's. Now for Evil Dead, what would you rate it from 0 to 10?
Well, I'm gonna probably give that one a 10, I think. Also, it doesn't help that Mia's just looking over the top of me above your camera. Kind of like
Oh yes.
they're both kind of staring at me. I've only just realized, and it's
Yeah.
kind of terrifying now that I've like picked that out. I don't like that.
I wish I added the little hands that she has.
Based just off the eyes alone, I think I'm gonna go with Evil Dead gets a 10.
Cody, what would you rate Evil Dead?
I think I would give it like a solid like 9, maybe even a 9.5, because it's so gory. And they also do the like there's a lot of suspense, there's a lot of like just generally scary
And they have a few jump scares,
scenes. Yeah.
just like cliche jump scares.
Yeah.
I would also rate it a 9 out of 10. I think it's pretty scary, but it's also a fun ride for me. I like revisiting it. But again, I have to be in the mood to watch this movie. Like I have to be like, I'm ready for some crazy gore.
Yeah, and also I'm preparing myself to have a sleep afterwards because I need a rest after I watch this movie. Damn.
Now, when it comes to Evil Dead Rise, 0 to 10 scared Cody's, how would you rate Evil Dead Rise?
I think maybe like a 5 or a 6. I think the scariest part of this movie is when she comes out of the bathtub.
Oh yeah.
Like when she like slowly creeps up and then she jumps up into the corner and like screams. That was so scary. There's
Yeah.
also the little bit where she's like walking through the front door, like down the hallway in the dark, like just as a silhouette. I think that was pretty scary. But those are the two scenes that I feel like are the scariest for me in Evil Dead Rise. So I'd say probably like a 5 or a 6, whereas Evil Dead 2013 had me like, oh, like Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Cody?
I think I'm gonna give it a 7. It wasn't as scary as Evil Dead 2013, but it was still pretty like there were some gory scenes. There were some scenes that made me like look away. So I think a 7 feels right.
I'm gonna go with a 5. I had a good time with it. it was a roller coaster ride, and as you said, there were like certain scenes that really got me, and also like as I like that wine glass scene. I think that whole setup where they were walking into the room
Mm,
and you just
mm.
hear it like crunching,
Like the
that was
crackling of the eggs and
scary.
everything too. Like,
Oh
ooh.
yeah, and the
Mhm.
crackling of the eggs, and when she's like coming out of the room and she's just smiling like
Yeah, yeah.
weirdly, like there were certain parts of it that really scared me. Oh, I actually did like the door not the door
I was literally about to say we're forgetting about the freaking door, the door, like
wait,
whatever
what's
it
it
is.
called? I window peeper? No, no, the
Can
peephole.
I
What
buy one eye
I
window
window
peeper,
peeper?
please?
It's not that, but that whole scene where like she's out there
Mhm.
and she's like, oh, and you even made a reference to like Hereditary
Open
in your
up the door.
reaction, where she's like banging on the door with her head, which is fucking horrifying.
Very hereditary-esque.
I'm gonna pull it up to a 6. I actually think there were a lot more scary scenes then. And
Yeah, I'm gonna say 6 then.
would you recommend
Mm.
any of these to beginner to horror?
No. But it would be so funny if someone had never seen a horror movie to just jump them into Evil Dead 2013 or
Imagine.
Rise
Mhm.
straight off the bat. Um,
So
I
fucked
would
up.
say, and I've said this about this franchise. I still haven't watched the like TV series yet, but I don't think there's a single bad entry in this whole franchise. I think all of them are really good. Even
Yeah.
Army of Darkness is so much fun, even though it's like goofy and campy. Evil Dead 1, like classic, so good. Evil Dead 2, just amazing. Like so much
Yeah.
better than the first, even though it's literally the first movie again, but the way they want to or whatever. And then Army of Darkness, goofy fun. 2013, just insane. Like they're all different in their own ways as well, which I really appreciate. But yeah, I don't think there's actually a bad entry in any of these movies.
Yeah, I agree. I really hope because I know they're planning to make more, so I really hope they
Mm,
don't ruin
I
that.
might have to
But
backtrack that statement
yeah, well,
eventually.
we'll see how it goes in the next two years. But I'm hoping for I would want more. We also haven't seen the series either,
Mhm.
so but based on the movies, they were good.
Cody, would you recommend this franchise to new people
Fuck
to horror?
no. Although it would be very funny to just like sit someone down, which I mean, sort of happened with me because 2013 was the first entry in the franchise that I watched,
Yeah,
and just like experience it all
just
from
someone that
scratch.
has no idea what horror is, and they just
Hmm.
haven't watched anything, and you're
Oh
like,
my
I've got the
god.
perfect choice for you.
I mean, it sort of is like caricature is not the right word, but it's like a quintessential like from someone who's outside of the horror genre who's not very familiar with it.
Mhm.
I've talked a bunch of times about how like I always viewed horror as really monolithic um and I think Evil Dead 2013 is like a
Milo cameo.
perfect.
Oh, oh, wait, no, I need him to stare at me dead in my
He's
eyes.
gone into the light. It's heaven's hallway.
But I do think that like for someone who is outside of horror, this is what you think horror is. It's like really
Mm,
gory
mm.
and like you have vomit, you have urine, you have like lots of like
All your favorite kinks are in this movie.
yeah. So I think that it wouldn't be surprising in what it has, but I think it would still be like way too much for someone who is
Well, I feel like
It
because
would be 10 minutes in, please turn it off. Like,
Yeah.
please.
when I was younger, I got introduced to kind of like some crazy shit when it comes to horror, which is why I like horror so much. So I feel like if I watched this when I was young, I feel like I would cry, but I would also be like, let me put that movie on again.
Yeah. It's
So
that weird like connection of being scared that also makes you want to experience it more.
experience it more. So
Very strange.
this could be a good beginner story. It depends on the person, but
It absolutely is not a good beginner's movie. All right, Sergio is so wrong on that point. There is no way this is.
I'm just putting it out there. Maybe not for your like 5-year-old, but like
Once they turn 6, it's fine.
once 6-year-old, perfect.
And you have the 6-year-old girl. I want a Stephanie doll.
Oh my god. All right. Well, that is it. We have declared a winner. Puggapillar, Pugga. Thank you so much for joining us on this one. We cannot thank you enough. From actual fans of your videos and having you here, it's honestly an honor. No, truly, no, it's super.
Do you
it's
remember
such a
the
super
first
honor.
video you watched? I like asking people this question.
Oh my god. I actually think it was Evil Dead. Like I think I think it was Evil Dead, and then like I started to like binge other videos around that time.
Yeah. Right.
So
Cody's like, who the hell is this guy?
oh my god, no. Well, Cody always like puts you on the background when he's doing stuff. I forgot what the last one that you were you put on.
The first one that I like remember watching was Scary Movie because I wanted to watch you watch Scary Movie. Either that or I remember one of the other first ones I watched was Happy Death Day. That was a fun one.
Dude. I hate talking about that one so much because it nearly put me in hospital. But yeah, brutal. Alcohol poisoning. It's a real thing, guys.
Oh no. But hey, content. I think
I should have been in Evil Dead 2013. I'm an addict.
Oh no. On that note, guys, this has been the Horror Bandwagon. Pugga,
where can people find your channel?
You're currently at it. If you are listening to this, you found it. You can find this. You can find Pugga because he's not going to say it, but you can find Pugga over on his YouTube channel. You can find him on the Horror Hour. He is a co-host there, or maybe the main host. It's depending on who you ask.
Every now and then when people aren't available.
But he is also on Instagram at Pugga. Do you have a Discord?
Yeah, I do, but I don't promote it because I get weirdos in there.
Well, there you go. If you're a weirdo, don't go knocking. But
hello,
yeah,
let me in.
I'm a fellow weirdo. You can also find him on Twitter at puggapillar as well. For us, you can follow us at our YouTube channel. If you're listening to this, you can listen to it at wherever podcasts are: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We also have a Discord specifically for our YouTube members and Patreon members. So if you're a Patreon member and a YouTube member over there, you get access to the exclusive Discord, which is nice, as well as what else do we do?
A bunch of watch-alongs and stuff.
Bunch of watch-along shit over there. Go join it. It's fun.
Thank you so much for having me on. This has been a great time. I literally watched Evil Dead last night. Now I've had to relive it again for 2 hours. So I'm so tired. I need a rest. And now, do we pose for a thumbnail or what do we do?
Oh, we can pose for a thumbnail later. We're gonna sign out. We're gonna sign off. We're gonna say goodbye to the children.
Oh, that's right. It just hangs up, doesn't it? Yeah.
It just hangs up.
Yeah.
So we have been your source for horror analysis,
Criticism,
and spooky,
and sometimes kooky
entertainment. Bye.
Yeah.